Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I'm so excited to talk to you today about this topic. I haven't talked about it in this way before. So we're talking about why some people get better results than others. Secrets why some people get better results than others. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to wait for a minute and see who pops in. Thanks for being here. If you think there's anybody that you want to invite into this group so that they can be part of these sessions together, give them a shout, invite them into the group if you think they're a good fit. Yeah, so, or share this, this information that I'm going to share with you, share it with them. Everybody can benefit from this. So today we're talking about the 3 secrets behind why some people get better results than others. Just waiting another minute to see who hops in. Again, I can't see the comments, so let me go and see who's here, if anybody. Trying to be quicker about my startup because I know you all have things to do, places to be, and I don't want to be, taking up your time unnecessarily. So just checking in with there we go. Yeah, here we are on live. We have one comment. There we go. Yeah. Hi, Liz. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for hopping in. Appreciate you. So I'll just wait one more sec. I'm just going to bring up a slide. So we're talking about why some people get better results than others. And this can be in just about anything. It could be in your clients, if you're a coach or a consultant, anybody who's got a goal or something that they're trying to move towards. Why do some people get there and others don't? Or why do some people get there easier and others don't? Liz says she may have to leave, but she's happy to be here while she can. Thank you, Liz. Feel free to come and go as you need to, of course, but come back to the replay afterwards. Just going to bring up my little diagram. Thanks for being here. If you're here, I'm just bringing up a diagram that I want to send over to you so that you can see as you're watching along. Oops. The Awakened Woman's Evolution. Yeah, there we go. So I want to talk to you today about why some people get better results than others. And I've just sent over a little diagram to the Facebook page, The Awakened Woman's Evolution, called the Comfort Zone. So if you hop in there, you'll see that I've just sent over a diagram. I'm just going to bring it up for those who might not be in the group right now. So if you take a look at this, it's the comfort zone, the fear zone, the learning zone, and the growth zone. Let me bring up this page for you. So the comfort zone is where you feel safe and in control, of course. I'll take a little snapshot of that so I can share it with you. Not the most efficient today. Sorry about that. I'm going to go back to my screenshot that I just took. And now I need to share it on Facebook or Zoom, sorry. Share screen on Zoom. There we go. So hopefully you can all see what I see, which is the comfort zone. Let me know if you can see that. If you're here, let me know that you can see that diagram. Where are the comments? The comments come through so late. It's just, I'm curious about your question. Yeah. So, sorry, I can't tell if you can see it, but I'm hoping you can. I can when I go on Facebook and look into the group. So, the comfort zone. Comfort zone is where we feel safe and in control. It's our comfy place, right? We all know that. And so just to look at the diagram overview, we've got the comfort zone, the fear zone, the learning zone, and the growth zone. So if we accept that you move from comfort zone and you have a progression through fear, learning, and growth zone, this is the path that we take in order to go from where we are to where we want to be. So if you have a goal of, for example, making $2,000 a month, just take that amount, or $10,000 a month, or $100,000 a month. It doesn't matter. It's just a concrete goal. So you've got a goal to get from here, wherever you are now, which might be earning zero or earning half of that. You want to get from where you are now to your goal. How do you get there? And why do some people get there and others don't? So you can insert any goal here. What is your goal? Drop in the comments if you feel like sharing. Remember, this is a private Facebook group, and the people here are people like you who, and they're all women only. So what's your goal? You got a goal, a big goal, maybe a little goal, doesn't matter. Somewhere you're headed that you want to be that you're not right now. So in order to get there, we all have to go from our comfort zone, which is where we feel comfortable now doing what we're doing, even if we don't like it, even if it doesn't serve our full purpose, even if it's not our full potential, even if it makes us really unhappy, it's comfortable. We know we can survive here. We've done it before. And we are hardwired to stay in comfort versus moving into the unknown. Remember, I think I talked about this early on in January, that uncertainty equals danger to our minds. Unless we can comfort ourselves around the uncertainty of it and make it so that it's less uncertain, we fear the unknown. So if you want to make twice as much money as you're making now, you have to go through these zones. You have to move beyond your comfort zone and when you move beyond your comfort zone, for example, in order to make more money in your online business, you need to be more visible. You need to, let's say, go live every week. You have to do something you've never done before, or do something that's uncomfortable for you. And that creates fear, self-doubt, questioning, second guessing, all the low level to high level fears, right up to, anxiety and complete shutdown. So our survival mechanisms start kicking in, like perfectionism and procrastination, distraction, um, all of the things that we know we do. And we know we do them. And so you're like, why can't I move beyond this? I'm a smart, capable, um, knowledgeable, wise woman. Why can I not move beyond this area that I'm stuck in? Or why am I afraid to move beyond it? It's because this is the fear zone where you in this zone lack confidence. You may start to make excuses. You might start looking at your circumstances, blaming, feeling like, well, it's not fair. I don't have the same resources as that other person. Um, Maybe things like, I don't have enough time. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. It's just, all kinds of excuses, not enough time, not enough money, not enough of all the things. And then, of course, even if you have all those things, you might start to think, I'm not enough, right? You start to get affected by other people's opinions, and comparisonitis becomes a big issue, right? Like, especially with the online space, you're looking at other people's stuff, you're comparing yourself to them, you're comparing their outer presentation to your inner presentation, which is so much more vulnerable. Fear. So, in order to get from where you are to where you want to be, you've got to move through this. So, what makes, and I'll come back to these other zones in a minute, but what makes the difference between one person who's person A, who has the same goal, let's say of starting a business, and B, who has a goal of starting a business? Person A gets to their goal of starting a business and making, let's say, $10,000 a month in their business. And person B begins or doesn't begin, but never gets there. Maybe they think about it for a really long time. They start creating a course and they work on that for a really long time. I know, I did that. Trying to get it perfect, never feeling like it's perfect, never getting it out there to share with the world. And what happens when you don't make it? When you don't make your goal, when you don't get to something that is really aligned with who you are as a person and as a being in this world, if it's a soul aligned goal, if it's something that really is on purpose for you, it's purposeful and meaningful, when you don't make your goal, what's the impact of that on you? Oh, my cat decided to clear my desk. What's the impact of that on you? We all know. And I don't want to dwell here too long, but the other thing I want to talk about is what's the impact on the people that you would serve? If you're in a service-based industry, even if you're in a product-based industry and you are serving people with your product, what happens if they don't get what you're serving? What happens if they're not served by your purpose? If you're a coach, a consultant, a healer, a mentor, somebody who's putting out something really positive in the world, and frankly, that's the people I work with, those are the people in this group, they don't get served. If you have the cure to what's ailing them, they don't get cured, right? So the people who have something really important to put out into the world, when you know that, when you focus on service, it helps you overcome lack of confidence, self-doubt, the fear. But you need more than that. You do need more than that. So this is important stuff. This is about your self-actualization as a being on the planet. It's about serving the greater good. It's about social purpose. And for some of us, it's about paying the bills. I mean, that's very important too, right? So person A is trying to make the same goal as person B. Why does one make it and the other doesn't? There's three main things that happen. the difference between person A and person B is, number one, belief. What do they believe about themselves, the world, and other people? Your belief is the basis for everything that comes after. And this is why when I coach people, I start at the base of their belief, because your belief leads to your thoughts, which also leads to your emotions, which leads to your actions and behaviors. So you can work at your level of action. Like, I want to take different steps, or I want to think different thoughts. There's a lot of purely mindset work out there, and these are all great things. But if you can work at the level of belief, you can actually pull out the root of disbelief, the things that are undermining these thoughts and actions, right? So you can actually create a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of taking action if you change your belief. So if you believe in yourself, if you believe that you have the cure and you can do it, you can get to this goal of making $10,000 a month. If you believe in yourself, you believe it's possible. And I talked last week or the week before about expansion and possibility, moving out of scarcity in times of slow economic times. If you believe on 100%, then you're going to be able to move through the fear zone into the learning and growth zone easier. It's going to inform your thoughts and your actions. So, what makes you believe in yourself? If you're watching the replay, drop hashtag replay. I'd really love to be able to come back and read your comments. What makes you believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you offer if you're in an online business or even, brick and mortar business? Do you believe in, if you're in leadership, do you believe that you can be the leader that you want to be? If you're in change work, can you create the change that you want to create? If you're a parent, do you believe that the way that you're parenting is 100% the way you want to be parenting? So all of these things, you've chosen to take on this goal or this end result that you're trying to get. Why? What's your why? Your why is so important. Now, what makes you believe that you can do that? What helps you increase your belief in that? Is it seeing that other people have done it before you? For me, that's a big one. I believe if somebody else can do it, then so can I. Like we, if you're a person who's done something before, like if you've been able to get a job before, if you've been able to learn something before, then you can learn something again. You can get a job again. You can create again. Because these are skills that you learn. Like you don't think you can walk until you learn to walk. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a weird example because you're a kid and you don't think anyway, but if you think you can snowboard, if you think you can't, you can't. If you believe you can't, you can't. If you believe you can, 100%, I can learn to snowboard. Okay, it's going to hurt. It's going to take a long time. I'm going to need some instruction and lots of ice for the bruises afterwards, but I can do it. I can do it. I have no desire to do it, but what if I did? If I did, then I would believe in myself. And then it's just a question of creating the path to get there. What do I need? What are the resources I need? Do I need a ski instructor? Do I need to spend more time on the hill? What's the plan going to be for when I fall down? Do I need a doctor? You just see me. There's a whole video of me trying to snowboard about 5 years ago with my kids. It's not pretty. Um, so what's the plan going to be? You can set that out in small chunks to get to where you want to go. The path leads to your goal, but you've got to move through the fear. So person A that gets where they want to go believes in themselves, believes that they can do it, and pushes, this is number 2 in the distinction, why some people get it and some people don't. Number 2 is that they push through their fear zone. They move from their comfort zone, feeling safe and in control, into the fear zone. And here's what can happen when you get in the fear zone. You come to the fear zone and you can either push through into the learning zone, or you go back into your comfort zone. If fear gets the better of you here, lack of confidence, self-doubt, if these get the better of you, you move back into your comfort zone. Totally understandable. I have so much compassion for that. We've all done it, all done it. And although we really want to get where we're going, we couldn't get through the fear zone. But if you can push through, that makes you person B, right? If you can push through the fear zone, then you move into the learning zone. In the learning zone, you begin to learn the skills. Like the snowboarder, you begin to learn that, in order to start off, I need to be sitting on my butt and putting my 2 feet into the snowboard and get somebody to help me get off my butt and on a standing position. You learn that in order to slow down, you've got to lean back on the backs of your heels so that you're digging into the snow as you're going down the hill. You learn that if you dip down in this direction with your toes forward, you're going to go faster. You learn even that when you fall, it's going to hurt, but you're going to survive. So what does that look like in your goal, in your path? What does learning look like for you? Is it skills? Because business, largely life is a lot of skills. We can all learn to do things. If we're given enough time, if we're given the right instruction, we can all learn to do these things. And business is not that complicated. If you are able to do household, I call it, the CEO of your house. If you can manage your household, if you can manage your own life, there's a lot of skills you already have. Okay, so what skills do you need to learn in order to get to the goal? What resources do you need? And you're moving. As you learn more skills, you move beyond your comfort zone. In my example of the snowboarding, if I learned that when I learn these skills about leaning back or leaning forward, I feel more comfortable. I have more control. So my the comfort zone begins to expand, right? And it's coming right up here to where my learning zone is. Now I've got a bigger comfort zone. You with me? Drop us hashtag replay. Let me know if you're with me. So the learning zone includes mistakes, right? We learn from our mistakes. If we're learning from our mistakes, we're actually expanding our comfort zone. But if we think every mistake we make means we can't get there, again, belief, we move back into our fear zone and probably back into our smaller comfort zone. So belief. I believe my mistakes are guiding me towards my goal. I am learning every time I make a mistake. Every time I do a live and I mess up, I'm learning. My very first live here in this group, my cat bit my face. And as gracious as you all were, it was a mistake, right? I could have said, holy cow, I'm never going on Facebook Live again. Holy cat. No more lives. Too scary, too embarrassing. Nobody's watching. Could tell myself all those things. That's person B thinking. That's person B thinking. You're not going to get to your goal if you keep thinking that. But because I've seen it before, because I've gotten the messages from people who are watching on the replay, who said, thank you for continuing to show up. Thank you for being on the live today. Your cat bit your face. That was funny, but I still got a lot out of it. Like, so I know that showing up here is still important to people. So it's important to me. And do I think it's making a difference? I do. I think it's making a difference to a lot of people here. So I can move beyond the mistake and see the mistake as learning. What I learned from that was not to hold my cat while I'm doing lives. Simple, right? So your comfort zone moves up as you learn and as you resource yourself. Resourcing yourself is important. When I have somebody who's done it before me, a mentor, somebody who's created what I want, I know I have basically a roadmap to follow them. And if they're sharing their information with me, like, okay, I did this and I did that and that didn't work, but this really worked. Or if I were doing this again, I would do this and this and this. Like, that's gold, right? That helps me so much. I can cut out time, accelerate my growth. I feel supported. And I know that I'm on the right track because somebody's done it before me. And that's how you accelerate your growth through the learning zone. It's like you're handed a whole bundle of learning. And if you have support in that, this is why I love mentors that are actually hands-on and meet with you every week and can talk about the hard things and guide you through. I don't go back into my comfort zone when I have a great mentor. So coaching me through to my growth zone, helping me be accountable to my goals, helping reframe mistakes, it's 100% what I need in order to get through to my growth and goals. So once you've learned and you've gotten through to your growth zone, your goal, you feel like you're living the life of your dreams. You feel like you're on purpose. You're setting new goals because you conquered your objective. You've gotten to where you want to go. You made $10,000. Now you want to make $15,000 a month. You learned how to snowboard on the small slope. You want to move to the big one, right? You don't go from not snowboarding at all to going on the highest slope and not killing yourself, right? Not hurting yourself really bad. You don't do that. You don't expect to do that. You don't expect to do that. So why do we expect that especially without an instructor, why do we expect to go from, for example, not making money in a business of our own to making $15,000 a month? Why do we expect that? It's a total setup for failure, isn't it? If you set yourself up for failure, you're going to go back into your comfort zone. You're not going to get where you want to go. So there's so much behind this. Absolutely love this topic because when you know that you can go from your comfort zone, push through your fear zone into your learning zone, and then meet your goals in your growth zone. When you know that, when you believe 100% in yourself, even 99%, 98%, when you're almost completely in, I can do this. I can do this. I just need to learn how. I just need some support. I just need some more resources. And you don't let those be excuses. You go out and you get the mentor. You go out and you find the resources. You set yourself up for success. How would you set yourself up for success for your goal? I would love if you would write down, take this visual, write down what's your comfort zone, what's your fear zone, what comes up when you're in your fear zone. Shedding light on it is a big piece, right? What do I want to learn in the learning zone? What's going to help me get where I want to go? And then on that timeline, what are the pieces, the steps that I need to take from here to there, from A to B, from where I am now to where I want to be? Plan it out. You can create a roadmap to your own success, to where you want to be. You want to work less hours? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to have a totally different lifestyle? Do you want to be location independent? That's what I want. Do you, and I want more time with my family. I want to work less. I want to make more money. I want it all. What do I have to do? Take one goal, chunk it down. Chop it down into smaller pieces. What do I need to do in order to get that goal? And then start working towards the first in time. Now, I want to say something about this. You are going to spiral. What we want to do, what we hope to do, is spiraling upward from comfort through to growth, right? We want to spiral upwards, but we will, by times, spiral backwards, okay? Something really shitty is going to happen while you're in your learning zone, and it's going to make you spiral backwards. I remember when I was first starting out in my business, I had gone part-time from my job, and I was now working more in my business. I was coaching, and I wanted to go to a network event. I went to a network event, and in this network event, you gave out your cards, right? And I think there was like a drawing or something. And so, receiving my coupon or whatever it was, my gift certificate was like a prize in this networking event. And so this person received my gift certificate, was on one of my beautifully created laminated cards, and I was so proud of. And this person dropped it, like intentionally dropped it on the floor. I saw this because, I watch things. And I was so offended. Like, she literally dropped it on the floor. I'm not kidding. I think I might have even went over and picked it up and put it on the table, and she just left it there. Like, so that's how I know that she had dropped it intentionally. And, that was devastating to me. I felt so rejected. She didn't even care to carry it to the garbage. Like, really. And I remember coming out and from that event feeling so deflated, like you could have just, swept me up off the floor. Felt completely depleted. And I cried, and I talked to my support, and I moved through it. Like, that was her thing. She didn't need me. She didn't want me. We weren't a fit, obviously. And I had to, move through that pain of rejection. And it taught me a lot. Like, it taught me how to move through that rejection and to be less afraid of the rejection, because I could make it through. And rejection is a big part of being in business. You have to be able to put yourself out there, and you're not going to be for everybody. But the people I am for, I'm there for them. Like, those are my people. I love helping them. They enjoy the support. They get a lot of the support. They learn a lot. So this was my lesson that day. All of which is to say, there's going to be some shitty days in any goal, in any growth path. So have some support, somebody you can go to and talk to who knows what you're going through. I firmly believe that women would be more. There would be more women in business, being CEOs of corporate or their own business. There would be more women leaders, more women in politics, more women at the top of every single field if they had more support. Because there are a lot of shitty things that happen to us as women in all industries, and there's a lot less support. I'll come back to that another day. But so moving through, I just want to talk more about person A and person B. So do you want to be person A who gets their goals? You need to believe in yourself, push through your comfort zones into your learning zones, through your fear zone, sorry, into your learning zone. And the third secret to being a person who gets better results is the law of attraction and the law of action. So this is what I was talking about, the law of action earlier. When you set yourself up for what you need and you take action. Okay, so action is informed by belief. It's foundational that you change that belief to an I can. And not just in your mind, but with all of you. I believe I can. And so you're moving through action. You've now got action steps. You've got a plan. You do the things. So the law of action is actually, taking the action you said you're going to take. When I think of this, I think of the 4 agreements. One of them is be impeccable with your word. And I think of being impeccable with my word to others and myself. So if I say I'm going to do an action, I do it. I do it. Whether it's uncomfortable, whether I feel like it that day, I do it. So taking the action you said you were going to do. Because if you don't take that action, you're not going to move forward, right? So the other thing is law of attraction. Now, there's a lot to law of attraction, and I don't want to, this whole thing is not about a whole big law of attraction lesson. So we can come back to this another time, but essentially it is, energy flows where your attention goes, right? So if you're putting a lot of energy into thinking about all the things that can go wrong, your attention's going there, the energy is going to go there, right? If you're thinking about all the things that can go right and you're taking the action and your energy is in that direction, right? So you're going to be attracting in what you want. You're literally being in the vibration energetically of that thing you want. So you're attracting the energy towards your goals, towards that action that's going to get you closer to your goal. So just, it's about not only thinking like you already have it, but being in the vibrational energy of I already have it. This is why gratitude is a big piece that people find helpful. When you're in gratitude, when you're in that higher vibrational energy, you're attracting what you want, because you're in the vibrational energy of gratitude. So when you're grateful for what you have or what's around you, you can attract more of that. So there's a lot to this. I know I have some law of attraction experts in my group. Maybe I can hit you up to come on live and tell us more about that. But it is fundamental to moving through to your goals. And it is fundamental that you take action. Okay. So what's the difference then between person A and person B? One, and person A is getting what they want, and person B is not getting what they want. Person A, one, believes in themselves, believes that they can do this. Person A pushes through their comfort zone and through their fear zone, moving into their learning zone, reaching their growth zone, which is their goal. And as they do that, their comfort zone gets bigger. Now, when I'm making $10,000 a month or I'm snowboarding on the small slope, I feel comfortable there and I'm ready for my next goal, if that's what I want. And person A also is moving through and in accordance with the law of action and the law of attraction. That's the difference. So that's essentially my answer to why some people get better results than others, why some people get their results and others don't. I hope this has been really helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I would love for you to note in the comments that you're here on the replay, hashtag replay, so that I can find your comments after the fact. And tell me what your goal is. Tell me if this was at all helpful. Do you recognize that you might be in fear zone right now? If you're in fear zone, how can you resource yourself to move into your learning zone and reach your goal? The people in my world have really important goals, really important work to do here in the world. I want you to live on purpose, in that purpose. I want you to reach your goal. How do we make that happen for you? How do you make that happen for you? What do you need to succeed? So, I wish I could see you all. I can't. But I know that you'll be watching, and please reach out to me and let me know that you got something out of this video. I prepare my lives with intention and hopes that they serve you, and I would love to know that they do. Or if they don't, let me know. It was, not helpful. I hope that's not the case. I don't think that's the case. One little plug for my program. I am doing the Feminine Freedom Program. Again, it's a 3-month program, 12 weeks of group coaching, as well as a one-on-one with me for 90 minutes, where we deep dive into your beliefs and we move you from not believing in yourself and through some of those fears. And we reset you for success. And it's 12 weeks of lessons, so 12 modules of training and 12 group coaching calls. So a total of 24 different times that we would connect together. As what I'm saying is there's a lot of coaching in it. It's high contact, lots of coaching. And that's so that you can move from where you are now to where you want to be in 3 months' time. Where would you like to be in 3 months' time? If you could accelerate your growth from where you are now to where you want to be with a mentor, with support, with a game plan, where would you be in 12 weeks' time? And where will you be if you don't? So we start May 15th. If this sounds like something you want to pursue, if you want to be in a different place, closer to your goal or on goal in 12 weeks' time, drop a message in the comments. Let's see. Why don't you drop freedom. Drop the word freedom in the comments. I'll see it after the fact, and I'll message everybody who drops the word freedom in the comments, and we'll have a chat about what my program looks like, how much it costs, all the logistics of that. And yeah, let's connect around it. I want you to be closer to your goal. I want you to have a game plan. I want you to see that really the only difference between person A and person B is these three things: believing in yourself, pushing through your comfort and fear zones, and moving into the law of action and attraction. And you can do that easier, quicker, with more ease and flow, with a game plan, with a mentor, with somebody who's been there and done that. So whether it's me or somebody else, let's stop staying in the stuck. Let's move forward. Like we only get one life. What will you do with your wild and precious life? Says Mary Oliver. I know what I'll do, and I'm doing it. So join me and hit me up with a freedom if you want to have a chat about my program that's starting May 15th. Talk to you soon. Be well. Hope this was helpful to you. Bye. Oh, yeah. So stop my share. Bye.